welcome all our new members to our club. Starting off on the right foot with our New Year's kickoff meeting tonight.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year. This is the year 2024. We're going to make America great again in 2024 and save our beloved country.
Yes.
And this is the way we started off. January 4th, New Year's kickoff meeting. We're going to start off on the road to saving our republic. And it needs a lot of saving. And we're going to do it each one of us right here.
Can you ask Laura?
In New York City.
Her cell phone, you can go in. I need Laura. Yeah, she knows. I'm going to use her cell phone.
Please stop by our club store today. It's right by the door. And we have our red golf shirts for sale. We have club's red sweatshirts for sale as well. You need those sweatshirts to bundle up and stay warm on a cold winter night like tonight. So, also, we have our MAGA hats.
So you're going to help me, okay?
These are our MAGA hats. Make America great again in 2024. Make sure you buy a MAGA hat. It's only $10. It's the cheapest you'll ever find it. It's printed.
How are you?
in the USA.
Good to see you. What do you have to say tonight? Any messages?
Put the sticker on it so that we don't make a mistake.
Oh, of course. Mine is plastic and steel wrap. Yeah.
New York City, we're going to paint New York City red. New York
thank you.
City is going to be in the red column.
Do you have any message for tonight? No? No? You don't?
And we're going to
Okay.
see to that.
We're live. Okay, go to YouTube.
Also, your membership dues is due now. At the beginning of the year, so pay your membership dues to the Queensbridge Republican Club. You can see Susie at the table on the side. She's our treasurer. Our treasurer is Susie Potter.
What is the password for the
And
phone?
she'll take your
9574.
membership. Or you can pay online at www.qvgop.org. And folks, we have our January newspaper
Okay,
here.
so-
Our January cruise calendar, the newspaper, make sure you grab the bundle
You comment
before
just
you
whatever you
leave.
want, but
We
okay,
distribute it in your neighborhood with,
thank you, my good doll.
Put me on there, you know.
in your neighborhood. Make sure you put it in your doors, not in the mailbox. The mailbox is
Dave, how are you? Dave, how are you?
Very good.
You're live on YouTube. You're live on YouTube. Say something.
Very good.
Happy New Year.
This is our New Year kickoff.
Okay. Okay. All
Have a
right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
And
Year.
we'll see you next month.
Absolutely.
So, if you want an ad, get your ads in quick for the Lincoln Dinner Journal. Our Lincoln Dinner is on March 3rd. There's a save the date notice on your ticket. Ask us to advertise in our Lincoln Dinner Journal. Every year we produce a beautiful Lincoln Dinner Journal, and you can advertise at very reasonable rates to be part of this great, momentous, patriotic dollar event.
Just so you know, we are live on YouTube, so we don't want to say much, but all good.
Okay, good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Thank you very much. And thank you all. We're kicking off the new year with our New Year's 2024 kickoff meeting of the Queens Village Republican Club, America's oldest Republican club. And we're so happy everybody is here with us tonight. We welcome all our new members who are joining us and starting off the year right. We're starting off on the right foot to save our beloved country. Starting here on the
You wanna mention their name, the new members? Might be a good idea.
Okay, we have our new members, Aura. Let's give a shout out to our new members here. We have Stephanie Leggio.
Where's Stephanie?
Stephanie.
Where's Stephanie?
Where's Stephanie?
Stephanie.
Stephanie is our newest
Where's
member.
Stephanie? Where's
Stephanie. A lo bio, a lo bao, a lo bimbo, bao. Stephanie, Stephanie. La, la, la. The next one, Tony. By the way, she was the first recruit of this year.
Say your name.
Stephanie Leggio.
And you joined the club?
Stephanie.
Congratulations.
Thank
you so much. Thank you.
A lo bio, a lo bao, a lo bimbo, bao. Anthony. La, la, la. He was the last recruit of the 2023 year.
That's you?
Now, Mary. What is Mary?
Mary. Where's Mary?
A lo bio, a lo bao, a lo bimbo, bao. Mary, la, la, la.
Okay, Mary.
Michelle. Where is Mary? Michelle. A lo bio, a lo bao, a lo bimbo, bao. Michelle, la, la, la.
Welcome, Michelle. Welcome to the Queensborough Republican Club. Who else?
Robert Esperanza. Robert Esperanza.
Oh.
A lo bio, a lo bao, a lo bimbo, bao. Robert, la, la, la.
Welcome to the Queensborough Republican Club.
Go by the stage.
President of the Northeast Queens Republican Club.
Phil, go by the stage. We are, yeah. Go by the stage. Okay, now what was your question? How do I do all this? Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever been to YouTube?
Yes.
You go to YouTube all the time.
Right.
So this one tonight, I'm live. You're here.
Oh,
whole world is
so it's
watching.
like Facebook Live, only YouTube Live?
YouTube live.
But it's kind of the same way. You hit a live.
Well, need to know. It's
I can
not
follow
just one or
YouTube to
two.
learn it. Okay. Thank you.
A lo bao.
So just remember you're live. If you have anything to say, any messages,
I need to learn how to do it for my election. That's why.
I will show you.
Thank you.
Not a problem. It's very
What's your
easy.
name, by the way?
I'm Selena.
Selena, I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'll give you my business
Oh,
card.
thank you.
Laura. Oh my God. Laura.
And we got a raffle here, folks. We got a raffle for
God.
United
phone
States
died.
of America Patriot hat. All right. The hat is $20. All right. So the hat's going for $15.
Do something.
Anybody $15 for the hat? The raffle. Here we go. $15. $15. Anybody? All right. This came from Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
I don't know. $15. This is where it is. All right.
Tina is our youngest member of the year. A lo bio, a lo bao, a lo bimbo, bao. Atina.
We also have some Trump tumblers tonight.
While we go on the flag, when we take
apiece.
oath of allegiance,
All right, if you'd like a Trump
down and get
tumbler,
it.
Trump 2024 tumbler. All right. Anybody want to make a bid? Let us know.
I'm in the third, a bunch of people on the bank side, some people on the left.
Get them away from my camera.
I know. Tell them go by the stage. Go by the stage. Closer to the stage.
Photographs now.
That's much better.
Oh,
Give him a
my
hug.
veteran! Oh, my veteran supremacy! Oh! Bow! Steve, the veteran! Ra, ra, ra! How you doing?
All right, everybody, you should, right now, you should have an application to AMAC. You should have a magazine from AMAC. If you don't have them, let me know. You should all become members of AMAC. All right? What you're seeing now is some of the information that's been given to us from the foundation. But an important part of AMAC is AMAC Action. AMAC Action talks to federal legislation, and will soon be coming out talking about state legislation. There are many, many different laws that are being proposed at the state level. You need to become aware of what those laws are, and if you're a part of AMAC Action, all right, which is the advocacy arm of the foundation, what you'll learn is you'll learn about these laws. Some of them which are very good, and some of them which are absolutely horrible. All right, and a lot of the laws being pursued right now by the state legislature is these parental rights bills that are coming up. So stand by, and you'll hear more about that. Not necessarily tonight, but you are going to hear more about that. I need you to sign up for AMAC and try and follow my footsteps on it. I went for the 5-year membership of AMAC. All right, I went for the 5 years. It is more than worth it. You will get more out of AMAC on the federal level, and hopefully soon on the state level, than you are at a lot of different outlets here in Queens or in New York, for that matter.
I came in, I said, can I get a room?
How are you doing?
I used to come here and eat.
Yeah, the kitchen's back there, so,
Wow.
but they're old, they're a couple of years old.
I'm still eating.
All right, time for a Burger King, or a Big Mac. Am I allowed to say Big Mac in a Burger King truck?
They sent it. They was on the way, and the gentleman was just bringing it in. Yeah, there's a whole pile of flying here. Yeah, I'm gonna help that gentleman with the hat. And then I brought some literature from Jack's office, state constitution, declaration, and give it to World War II.
We want to thank our state senator, Jack Martin, for being here with us tonight to kick off the new year together. And thanks to a donation from Senator Martin's office, we have constitutions, we have literature that's available for the taking. It's at the Moms for Liberty table. You see constitutions which you can pick up and take.
Hey, Danny, what's going on?
So I have.
Constitution of New York State, Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution of America.
Very good. You want to bring him in or? Oh, yeah. I can bring a few and you can have people come and take them.
Yeah, then later on.
Yeah, all right. Very good. All right.
No. Remember the rule? Anytime I point my camera to you, smiles. You'll be like, you know, you're live. Yeah. Just for us, you know, just beautify the video. This phone came with one of the top of the line microphone, iPhone.
Right.
So you don't need additional to connect. So it does the work. This does miracle. This has so much.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good. So you can call me one day. I can just show you. It's very easy. If you have someone, I can just show them. It's so simple and easy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to make the difference. I want to get some videos out. I mean, I almost won last year without it. But if I get a couple of, it was almost a state assembly. I gave 1,000 votes away. And 1,000 people.
Tell me your name. Say something. It's live, so tell me your name and tell me your sort of like a little bit background. So.
Retired police officer, and I ran for state assembly last year, and came within 2% of coming close to the win. And I think people are ready for a change in the way things are done. And so I decided to go ahead and do that. And now I'm being a part of a bigger event with people moving forward and people starting to change the way things are done and bringing back the old values. And that's what I hope to do.
Thank you so much. Wish you all the best. Hi. Nice to see you.
And I have my daughter, you know, she's busy. They don't take care of everything with
It should be fine.
This is going to last a long time. My phone is done.
Okay. All right, very good. Thank you so much.
Now we're going with the raffle tickets. Make sure you get your raffle tickets for a great raffle with the diamond chocolate, with the MAGA hat, with the gift certificate for Oasis Cafe, which you don't want to miss. Oasis Cafe, the largest outdoor cafe Cafe in New York City is our good friend, Michael Ambrose, the owner, who cooked baked goods for Trump Tower during the campaign, and he was serving dessert and pastries and cake to Donald Trump and his father Frank Trump way back when, decades ago. And that's, Oasis Cafe. So you want to get your raffle tickets and help support our club, help us pay down the rent, which is a lot. And thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. We're going to kick off the new year the right way. We're going to be starting in a few minutes. Everybody grab your coffee, grab some cookies, and get ready for a great meeting. The kickoff meeting for the Queens Village Republican Club, starting in a few minutes.
Here? Yes, I'll come here. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your message tonight?
I'm so privileged and proud to be.
You're good, don't worry. Go ahead.
I'm so
Now
privileged.
stay over there. I need this thing.
I'm so privileged and proud to be the first VP of Queens Village Republican Club. My association goes back almost 12 years now. I joined the club in 2011, the oldest Republican club in the country. This is such a wonderful event. Today is going to be such a wonderful event. We are going to enjoy. We have Senator Jack Martins and other good speakers. On the first Thursday of every month, we organize this event and we invite all the speakers every year. So again, it couldn't get better than this, and I wish everyone good luck, the best of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, we have this beautiful hat. All right, we're willing to accept anything more than $10. More than $10 for this beautiful hat. All right, it's the United States of America Patriot hat. All right, and this was bought while we were down with the Moms for Liberty event at the Trump table in Philadelphia. All right, it's got the original tags. Everything else is on it. All right, 10 or more. That's what that starts off at. We've got the tumblers, the Trump 2024 tumblers. All right, $5 or $10. Starting off. What do you got?
How much?
How much money?
Give him all the money, Pooh.
7. Oh, I wanted that. I told him 7. And it
How
is.
much money you got?
My friend wanted one of those. Well, next
Now
time.
you sell it for
All right,
15
that's
somewhere
one
else.
tumbler down. We've got a few more tumblers to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
How much you paid for that?
$10.
All right. Are you gonna sell it to somebody else for 15 right now? Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Sweetie, you live in Spanish.
Okay, 2 tumblers down. One left to go.
I was joking. I hope we don't get offended.
Parsons somewhere. Parsons, you have to take
Hillside and Parsons.
Oh, Hillside and Parsons.
What are you looking for?
No, I like
Just
the
a ride.
the bus station.
Patient, yeah.
Time to
No more tumblers?
I'm sorry?
No more tumblers.
Oh, do we have more of those? She wants one. Back order?
Okay, folks, find your seats. We're ready to start. Okay, you got 1 minute. 1 minute to get to your seats because we're going to start the meeting now. We're going to start now. Here we go. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome! Welcome everybody to the New Year's kickoff meeting of the Queens Village Republican Club. We're so glad you're here for the New Year. This is the right way to start off the New Year on the right foot. And we're going to start off with a prayer. Kathy? Kathy Donahoe, come on up front and lead us in the opening prayer. And Orna, get ready.
Scream all the time.
Kathy?
I put the headphones on so I don't hear it.
Kathy's busy collecting raffles, and she's now going to change hats and lead us in the opening prayer. Kathy Donahoe, the president of Bridge to Life, please give her your undivided attention, and let's stand for the prayer.
Can I have your attention, please, in the back? Shh. Hey.
Thank you. Joe knows that God deserves our very best and our silence. Thank you, Lord, for this new year. Thank you for our health. And thank you to all these lovely people that came out in the freezing cold. I was in my robe up until about 10 this evening. Thank you for all those soldiers that put themselves on the line for their families and their friends and their country. We want to say a special prayer for one of our longtime board members, going to be 95 next week. Mary Motor has had COVID and been hospitalized, but she's doing better. Thank God. Thank you for all, let's pray for all the special intentions that we hold in our heart, and let's keep this club to be the best club, the best Republican club in the area. We really appreciate it. And we want to thank everyone for working towards our large fundraiser, which is our Lincoln dinner coming up. So please, I also am doing all the baskets. So if you can get more donations, I appreciate it. But thank you, and dear Lord, keep us safe through the new year. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, and let me call up our one and only Ora Moody.
Woo! Village, thank you.
That wasn't the pledge. Now it's
That's the cheer. Okay. What is this about?
Right for you.
I don't have my glasses. Okay, so I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Born and unborn.
Thank you, Ora.
A lo mío, a lo bao, a lo mismo, bao. Patriots,
rah, rah, rah. Okay, again, I want to welcome everyone to the New Year's kickoff meeting of the Queens Village Republican Club. You may be seated. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. We have a great meeting planned to start the year off on the right foot. To start it off as a club
Would be helpful because
friends who
Let's sit
have
over
a
here. It's
mission
fine.
and are bound to the promise that we're going to save our beloved country this year.
No, it's
And
not.
we're going to make America great again in 2024, which is the theme
Yeah, you
of our
move the chair,
upcoming
you move
Lincoln
the
dinner
chair.
on
No,
March
she has to
3rd.
sit
You'll
here.
hear more about that. Everybody has a
She's
seat
helping me,
on their chairs. And
Sit
that's
in
the
the front.
theme of our Lincoln dinner and the theme of the year, which
Okay.
is Make America
We
Great
get
Again in
another chair.
2024, which we're going to do. So this is the way we kick it off. This is the way we started. And we started with our mission statement. Our mission is to uphold and support the principles of the Republican Party and elect Republicans who uphold these principles. And we reiterate our principles every month to stay on focus. And the principles we support are the maximum personal freedom, limited constitutionally limited government. We support our First Amendment free speech rights, religious liberty, our Second Amendment right to bear arms. We support free market capitalism and the opportunity for every citizen to achieve the American dream here in America. We believe in the sanctity of life and traditional family values. We believe there's two genders, a man and a woman, and that's it. We don't shop at Target or any other woke institution. Go woke, go broke. And we support our U.S. Armed Forces. We support our great veterans. We support our police. We support our firefighters and first responders. We stand with Israel in its fight against the Hamas terrorists and all the other terrorist enemies of Israel and America. And we support our President, Donald Trump, and this is the year we're going to make America great again, this year in 2024. And we support the America First agenda and all candidates who embrace this agenda. So now there are a couple of announcements before we get into our program. You know, we're very fortunate here tonight to be joined with a senator right next door to us. We're in Eastern Queens, and right over the border is our Senator Jack Martins. He's going to do our installation in a little while, but first we're going to have some club business and announcements. And a couple of announcements, very important. First of all, I want to acknowledge our videographer. Every month he comes out and, you know, for our club, he videotapes our speakers, and we want to thank him very much. Jim Dukas, and he's open for business. If you have a bar mitzvah or a wedding is coming up, see Jim Dukas. And a couple of other acknowledgments. We have some pretty prominent people in the room. We have, actually, everyone is very prominent. Everyone here is a VIP. So if I miss anyone, please don't get mad at me. But we have Jude Ellie here. Jude, stand up. Jude Ellie over here. He is the candidate for president of Haiti. Jude Ellie. We also have Rob Speranza here. He's the president of the Northeast Queens Republican Club. Rob is running for assembly. We also have Kenneth Chu. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Also running for assembly, Kenneth. Kenneth. Thank you for stepping up and running. And we'll see if there's time at the end of the program to say a few words about your race. So now we have some announcements here. Very important meetings coming up. We have a meeting on Saturday for the anti-marijuana lawsuit plaintiffs. So if you are a plaintiff or want to know more about the anti-marijuana lawsuit that's going on by, you know, a very well-organized and very vigorous group, that are fighting against the legalization of marijuana and the massive, massive marijuana industry. This group is taking it on, and they're having a meeting this Saturday in Forest Hills, and you can see the information on the website, on our website, qvgop.org. If you're available to go, please, go to that meeting notice, and you can RSVP to the people in the meeting notice who are running this meeting here in Forest Hills. We also have the Black Caucus speaker panel on election and voter fraud. It's Saturday, January 20th at 12 noon. You can find information and get tickets for that meeting, very important meeting on voter and election fraud on our website as well. And we have our 149th anniversary Lincoln Dinner coming up on March 3rd. And we're very excited about it. We're planning now. We're getting together the roster of speakers and honorees, and it's going to be a blowout event. It's going to be an amazing event, the greatest Lincoln Dinner we've ever had in this year, 2024. And the theme is to make America great again in 2024. We also produce a journal. We've already sold several pages of our journal. He-Man just announced that the inside, that cover was just sold to one of his friends. So you can find out more information if you'd like to place an ad in our Lincoln Dinner Journal, which is a memento of this wonderful patriotic gala. March 3rd, save the date. There's a save the date notice for you on your chairs. We also have some Moms for Liberty event, which we'll be hearing about in a couple of minutes from Elena Chin, our Moms for Liberty chapter chair, who's right here with us. Is doing an amazing thing with this parents' rights group, one of the greatest groups in our country. So let me see, who's next? I think we got a call on our chairman. Our chairman, the illustrious, none other than Joe Concannon.
Thank you very much, Phil. As you mentioned, we are jam-packed with a lot of information coming up. Everyone in the room right now should have received a copy of the AMAC magazine. I am the current chapter chair, soon to take on a new role in AMAC, but that's not yet. I want to make sure that we get as many members in this room on board with AMAC, because AMAC will allow you greater insight to what's going on federal legislative level. And if I have my way, they're going to be starting to talk and focus at the state level as well. I would do harm if I didn't mention Arlene Schlesinger, who's on the front page of our Queens County Beacon newspaper, is here. And Arlene, for those of you who don't know, is involved in the association, Hollis Hills Civic. Thanks, David. All right, and we've had a number of rallies you may not have heard. Several thousand people in the streets on Hillside Avenue, right down the block from here. All right, over the summer, it's kept us busy, and yeah, that's why I lost all that weight. All right, but there is so-called a master plan for Creedmoor, and I'm not going to get into a lot of that. We don't have time for it tonight, but it is outlined here in the Queens County Beacon. This is our newspaper, by the way. All right, and that fellow sitting over there, Ira Harris, is the founder of this. I don't know of another club in New York State, certainly, or anywhere in the country that has their own newspaper. We have ours. This is our third year starting up? Third year on this newspaper. So that's a very, very big deal.
What's the distribution?
What?
10 to 20,000.
About 10,000, but that distribution goes up and
Circulation, I meant.
that goes up and down. That goes up and down. It goes up from 10,000. And during one of the congressional campaigns, we had distribution up to 30,000. So We have quite a few people that get involved with this. What we tell the candidates, quite frankly, is if you're running in a particular district, get to us, let us know. We'll give you a byline in the paper. It's cheaper than doing your own promotion, all right? And as long as you distribute it and pay for that distribution in your district, all right? But, you know, it means a lot more if your name and your photos in here. All right, so that's out there for everybody. Phil did mention that we're doing a lot of work, and I do mean a lot of work. We met over the holiday, right before New Year's, on the whole setup for the dinner journal. And for those of you who don't know it, you know, this dinner journal is a bit of a memento, but it takes some work to put this whole book together. It was, I think, 50 or 60 pages last year, maybe a few more the year before that, and we aim to get it up to somewhere between 50 and 100 pages. All right, so what we're looking for is we're looking for a lot of people who want to sponsor what's going on. Thanks, Phil. All right, this is what it looks like. All right, so if you know a business out there or someone who wants to champion someone, you know, there's ads that can be taken in this, and we applaud you that are doing that. Anton's will be our host for the Lincoln Dinner on the 3rd of March, and we haven't yet settled on a price because we're waiting for some, like, this is like incredible, but some really national speakers. And I'm not at liberty to say any more than that, but we think we're going to pull in a national speaker, and a big one. All right, so we're going to have to set the price accordingly. All right, but we haven't figured out the mechanics of what's going to happen. Club members are always first with Phil and I and all the members of our board. So there'll be something special for paid club members, and then there'll probably be another price for those who want to come in. All right, that's the way I'm looking at it right now, but I'm only one person. We've got 20 or so people on our board, and we'll have to come to an agreement on that. So that's all I have for tonight, Phil. All right. You know, we did pretty well last year. I'm still putting all that information together. Hopefully at the February meeting, I'll have some more things to talk about because the year just ended like 3 days ago. All right. So I don't have all that. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Joe. And let me just add for the newspaper that the writers for this newspaper are you guys. We write from our heart, and we write to reach the hearts and minds of people in our community. And we reach out to them to change hearts and minds, you know, to the truth, to common sense, to liberty, to justice, to freedom, to family values. We write about current events and the issues, and we are the writers for this newspaper. You can submit an opinion to the Way I See It page. You could submit a political tidbit to the tidbit page, or you can write an article on one of the major hot button issues of our day. Like our cover page was written by Arlene, and you'll hear from her in a couple of minutes about the Creedmoor Master Plan, which is a plague on all of us in the Eastern Queens community. And she'll tell you all about what they want to do, what they want to lay on all of us. So, and that's coming up. Bundles are over there on the side. Make sure you take a bundle to distribute in your neck of the woods. Remember, put it in the doors of your neighbors. You could leave it in a store, laundromat, diner, doctor's office, wherever you go. Leave a handful for people to read this message.
Door to door in your neighborhood.
Go door to door in your neighborhood, right? And leave it in the doors, not in the mailbox. The mailbox is federal property.
And not just Republican doors.
Every door. Every door. Everybody has to hear.
Every single door.
The word of truth and justice. So now we're going to move on to our next speaker. We have Elena Chin will give us an update on the Moms for Liberty events. Elena Chin, the Queens County Chapter Chair of the Moms for Liberty.
Hi everybody, Happy New Year.
Glad to see such a great crowd. I'm very excited tonight because I have a lot to tell you. So I got a call from Moms for Liberty National some time ago, and they asked for Queens County Moms for Liberty's help in securing a venue for a town hall here, right here in New York City. So thank God I was able to help them secure a venue and, help them in any way I can because they're traveling from across the country. They don't know much about New York City. So I put on every chair, I would love to have as many people from Queens as possible showing up at this event. It's free. It's January 18th from 7 to 9. It's at Bohemian Benevolent and Literary Association, 321 East 73rd Street. Okay, it's open to everyone. It's filling up. Please sign up. There'll be plenty of security, and I guarantee you that there will be a lot of good speakers there. Because if it's anything like any of the other national events, the last one I went to, they had 5 presidential candidates. So I really encourage everybody to sign up. I'd love to fill that room with people from Queens. You never know. Okay, second order of business. Also, Moms for Liberty, Queens will be at the State Moms for Liberty Legislative Action Day in Albany. I and a couple of people from our chapter will be up in Albany meeting with the legislators February 6th regarding all of these bills that I've been talking about, regarding the children, the pornography in the schools, and so on and so forth. So we are going to meet with the legislators and really we're putting our heads together and deciding what bills we want to support, what bills we want to oppose, and we will be meeting with them in Albany on February 6th. This is a little far ahead, but I'm very excited about the summit this year. The summit, again, is open to everyone. How many of us in the room went last year? Raise your hand, please. How was the summit last year in Philadelphia?
It was amazing.
It was amazing. I mean, the accommodations, everything, the speakers. We met Trump, we met DeSantis, we met Swami, Nikki Haley, Dennis Prager, the list goes on and on. So these gals, they really know how to organize an event. That again is open to everybody. People do sponsor a certain number of rooms if you're interested in going. It's going to be August 28th to August 31st. Okay, and what's even more exciting about it this year is that Saturday of that weekend, we are Moms for Liberty with about 100 other parent groups is organizing a March for Children on Washington, a first ever of its kind. So this is going to be an amazing thing. So even if you just want to go for the march, I highly recommend it. I'll follow up with more information. Please sign up for Moms for Liberty and I'll include you in the emails and you can come to the Zooms. So that's the other thing. And lastly, hopefully, those of you who were here the night that I played the little video from Dr. Grossman, I'm pretty sure I will have her on my Zoom on the 25th. I'm having a Moms for Liberty chapter Zoom on the 25th, and I'm pretty positive so far that she will be on our Zoom. So if you're interested, please sign up on the Moms for Liberty sheet. Tanisha, raise your hand. Yeah, Tanisha has the sheet so that I can include you and invite you to the Zoom. And that's about it. Well, we have to fight, we have to win this war. There's a war for our children. There's a war for their minds, their bodies, everything. I mean, these people make Dr. Frankenstein look good, what they're doing to our kids. It's unbelievable. So we're fighting and we're just getting more fierce. We're meeting with more and more opposition, but we really don't care. This is kids. They can't fight for themselves. Okay, we have to do this. And there's so many other things going on. I keep saying it. We kind of forget about the kids. Because we send them off to school and, you don't hear about everything. And then suddenly they grow up and they're having a sex change and you don't know about it. I mean, don't become one of those parents. They have our kids for how many hours a day? We have to have some say in what's going on. And we are having this day, so please join me at the town hall. And
And whatever you can join me for, let me know, call me, and we'll make arrangements. Thank you for your support, and join Mom's Community. Please sign up and join. It's only $30 for the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. This is our Mama Bear. These Mama Bears are great. Now we call them Joyful Warriors. Please join them. And now we're going to hear from Arlene Schlesinger on the cover of the newspaper, and she's going to talk to us about the Creedmoor Master Plan. Please listen very carefully. This is very important information. Arlene?
There's been a lot of good news. Okay, so at the end of the year, starting around the 15th of December, we saw some movement on the side of Empire State Development. I don't know how many of you know the amount of apartments. I did make some handouts.
Please keep the microphone by your mouth.
Okay. All of these papers can be passed out. Some of them are on the Civic Association, and the Civic Associations got together. These are aerial views of the property. All these little dots that you're going to see on this aerial are your homes. These are your homes. Eastern Queens has a target on it. What they all Empire Statement has decided on approximately 2,900 units. 1,600 of which will be home ownership units, including, they say, cooperatives, 1,200 rental units, 110 buildings within that piece of property. 500 cooperatives, 4-story walk-ups. I'm sure the Americans with Disabilities Act would have a huge issue with that. 98 semi-attached 2 families, so it's actually only 49 structures. Only 370 were allotted for seniors. 74 units okay for veterans. Now, what they did with parking was they said, people don't need cars. So we're not going to build garages. We're only going to allow 1 car per family. And seniors, it's going to be every other senior. So if you're a senior in this development, and you have aides or caretakers who have to come, doctors, just your family, you won't have a place to park. They're also trying to move the Cross Island YMCA onto their property to give it perk. Oh, we have a swimming pool. So these things is what they're trying to do. What we as civic associations, so far we have 15 in one group, and hopefully we'll have 22 in another, which is the Queens Civic Congress. We're asking for, now, I handed it out and I will read it. What we're asking for is low to medium density. That is our first concern. Utilize the existing buildings and exteriors wherever possible. Provide adequate parking to minimize the burden of the surrounding community. Environmental remediation of the entire South Campus prior to construction. These are some of the things we're asking for. During a Zoom meeting, it was a little obnoxious, and I kind of dared Donovan Richards to give us a town hall. He agreed to it. Now, my biggest fear is that we have 4,200 signatures on the petition, and it's in the newspaper, and I would appreciate it if everybody would scan that QR code, pass it around, and sign it. We'd like to have 5,000 by the time we have that town hall. My worst nightmare is that people have become apathetic about this development and won't show up. What I would like to know from everybody in this room, are you willing to stand up for your community the way that the civic associations are standing up for you? We can't do it without you. We're just voices. Without your support, we can't do anything. Yes, there'll be 22 civic associations, and the Republican Club I know will support us, but what about the people who live in the neighborhood? We need them to actually come out and support us. I gave them an email address, but on the bottom of the petition, there are reasons that you're signing. One woman wrote to me, and thank God she did. Turns out that she read the petition, and she is a healthcare worker at Long Island Jewish Hospital. And some of the papers that you have there are how high and how many patients. That is 88 to 92% capacity all the time. You want to add 9,000 people, which is the approximation of how many people would be there. There are no healthcare facilities for them. North Shore will not take them. She was kind enough to explain to me, all right, that without another hospital, what would we do? All right, this is a huge issue, and this is things like this come from the community. People in the community have wonderful ideas, okay, and this was hers, and it's been added to our thing. They have to add healthcare facilities. If we can push this back, they don't want to break ground. I think we will win on the density, but they're not even looking to break ground until 2027. The way they're going, I'm going to say 2028, all right? But I'm asking all of you, okay, friends, neighbors, whatever, if they do give us this town hall, I don't want 500 Queens Power people coming and 40 of our residents. All right, that would make us look foolish, and all this work would be for nothing. All right, the plan calls for recently released felons, either criminal or substance abuse. This is not going to happen. We do not. The civics have stood really strong on a lot of these things, and getting their support is something that's unusual. And I have to give Bob Friedrich from Glen Oaks and Bobby Scher from Bell Park Manor Terrace a lot of credit. They have worked tirelessly through the entire month of December. Okay, and some of you have the Civic Association's proposal, which I just read. Some of you have this. This is important. This is one section of Eastern Queens. All these little dots are what you've worked your whole life to be able to pass on. All right? And we should not be so willing to give that up. All right? If anybody has any questions, there have been some very positive articles being written. I'll read you some titles that just came out. Creedmoor Plan needs reworking. That was written by Bob Friedrich. And the other one is written by Community Board 13 of how they will not accept this plan in its present form. So you're getting a lot of very positive press. We have to keep the pressure up. We have to do some lead work too. So I ask you to spread the petition, okay, and get as many people involved in this, and I thank you.
Can I ask all the board members to come up now, please? As quickly as possible. Selena, you got to give it up and you got to come forward. Maybe somebody can hold it for you.
You want to hold the phone? Just cover. Just look at the TV in the phone.
Look, catch the whole thing, right?
Okay, we're proud to have Senator Jack Martins do the installation of our Queens Village Republican Club officers and board members. And thank you so much, Senator, for doing the honors.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. To everyone here, Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year.
To you, to your families, a happy, healthy, and red Republican 2024 to all of you. To fill Phil Orenstein and to Joe Kincannon and to the entire board, thank you. Thank you very much for doing this. Thank you very much for continuing to fight the good fight here in Queens. It is so important that we continue to have organizations and clubs like the Queens Village Republican Club. You know, it can't be stated enough. 1875. Let that sink in. Think about just how long that is. Phil Orenstein was here back in 1875. But the rest of us probably weren't. And so, congratulations to all of you, and thank you for what you're doing. And thank you for the honor in allowing me to be able to swear you in this evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, the Charter of the City of New York, the Constitution and bylaws of the Queens Village Republican Club, and to perform the duties of my office to the best of my ability. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. Your board of directors for 2024, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all the support that they need and then some. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Where are you from?
I'm sorry?
Where are you from?
1 second. Just 1 second.
You from the islands?
I'm sorry?
You from the islands?
I'm from where?
From the islands? Where are you from?
You ready?
1 second. Yes. Just give me 1 second.
Now we're asking Jack Martins to address our club. Oh, just swear me in first. Joe Biden knows.
I'm proud for that comment.
Very important.
So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present someone who's been the face of the Queens Village Republican Club for just so long. Someone who's worked tirelessly, hand in hand, obviously, with all of us. And, you know, we're not going to single anyone out today, but a person who stands, frankly, year in and year out, and takes on a responsibility with this club for years. Not just this year, not just last year, but for as long as I can remember, Phil Orenstein was an active member of this club. Not just someone who shows up at meetings, but someone who's out there handing out literature, who's walking door to door, who's out there at the rallies and standing up for the community, and someone who from time to time has been known to wear special bracelets for a good cause, but someone that is obviously committed to those core values, those important core values that make us all Republicans. So allow me the opportunity and the honor of being able to swear in Phil as the president for this year. So please raise your hand. I, Phil Orenstein,
I, Phil Orenstein,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Charter of the City of New York,
the Charter of the City of New York,
the Constitution and bylaws
the Constitution and bylaws
of the Queens Village Republican Club,
of the Queens Village Republican Club,
and to perform the duties of my office
and to perform the duties of my office
as president
to
the best of my abilities.
the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, we're in great hands going forward. And I must say, the challenges that we have, not only nationally and state level, and certainly we know here in Queens, and we heard so many examples just recently. Schools, the impact on our children, redevelopment in our communities. Now more than ever, we're called upon to come together as a community, as a club, and to take on these challenges, but not for us. You know, guys like me, we're getting a little older. I'm not going to say anyone else in the room. But we do it for our kids, our grandchildren, for our families, for the communities that we love, because we can all agree, I'll be the first to say, things have taken a turn. I believe in the wrong direction, certainly over the last X number of years, and you fill in the blank. And some people are leaving the state. I won't leave, and I hope you don't leave either. Because if we leave, they win.
Yes, yes.
And so no, we don't leave.
We're not leaving.
We stay.
Yes. And we fight.
We fight.
We fight.
We elevate our voices
Yes.
to great causes,
Yes.
to those things that are important. We focus on the core values that make us who we are. We remember the communities we grew up in, and we want those communities to remain the same communities so that our kids and grandchildren can grow up in those communities as well. That's what this is all about. And so when we talk about the things out there, we remember that there's more that brings us together. And I want to stress that. We have very conservative Republicans, we have moderate Republicans, we have those that are in between. There are people out there who will tell you that Republicans who don't fit a certain mold are not Republicans, and that we should turn our backs on them, and I say no. Because I would rather support the Republican that is before us today, that is going to go either to Washington, to Albany, or to the City Council, and uphold our core values, than what I have seen happening to this country, to this state, and to this city over the last 10, 20 years. Man? Let me go on for a few minutes, since I have a mic. So, Joe, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I was elected to the New York State Senate in 2010. Before that, I served as mayor of the village of Mineola in Nassau County for 8 years. I grew up in Mineola. My parents immigrated from Portugal in the early 1960s. I attended school in Mineola, went off to college, went to law school. I'm a practicing attorney. Got married in 1995. Paul and I are going to be celebrating our 28th, we celebrate our 29th anniversary this year. And we have 4 daughters. And so this is what is important to me. I went to the state senate in 2010 because it was important to get a Republican elected to the New York State Senate. We had lost the majority in Albany in 2008, and we were able to restore that majority in 2010, and we held it through 2018. In 2016, I left the Senate and went back to practicing law. In 2022, I decided to run for the Senate again. Not because I had any great wish to go back to Albany, to be honest with you. My life's good. I'm okay. My family life is good. Love my kids, and I'd like to spend more time with my wife and children and be able to focus on my practice. But I went back to Albany because I knew that the only way we were going to change things is to go back there and have another voice there for the kinds of things that are important to each and every one of us. So that's where I am today. I expect to run again this year and 2 years from now or 2 years from then until we have a Senate majority once again. I had the opportunity to serve in the majority when I was there. I'm committed to getting a Senate majority back because I believe we need balance in Albany. When we had a Senate majority, a Republican Senate majority, we didn't have bail reform. We didn't have clean slate. We didn't have state education department overreach when it came to parental rights in our schools. We didn't have housing programs from Albany that wished to build extraordinarily dense communities in and around our train stations and subway stations that would have impacted each and every one of our communities, not just mine in Nassau County, but yours right here in Queens as well. We didn't have a migrant crisis where New York City put out a welcome sign for anyone who came into this country, and we didn't have people proposing legislation on the floor of the Senate, which passed, by the way, that would have provided free health care for anyone who lived in the state, whether they were here legally or not. These are the kinds of policies that are challenging our way of life. Now, one of the things I learned early is that in politics you have to learn how to count. If you have the majority, you set the rules. If they have the majority, they set the rules. And so there's no point in our complaining about it. We don't have the majority. We have nowhere near the majority. And so for my colleagues here who are running for the New York State Assembly, thank you. Thank you for taking on that challenge, because we need more quality candidates running for state office and not taking it for granted that these races cannot be won, because they can. We saw just this year in the city council. Where did we pick up a Republican city council seat? The Bronx. The Bronx, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that for a second. If you think that there's a more anti-Republican community out there, but yet, core values, family values, those things that we stand for, they come through when we actually see the policies that they talk about. We talk about medicine and candy and government being able to hand out things. Everyone loves to get free stuff, and the Democrats are really good at handing out free stuff. Here's the point, and we all know this in this room. Is there anything in this world that's free? No. No. We're paying for it. Each and every day. Congestion pricing happens to be the latest thing that was on our agenda. Everyone following that? Yes. Yep. When did they pass congestion pricing? It was passed. No, it was passed 2019. It was passed in 2019 to be implemented later on. By the time it's implemented, the people who passed it may not even still be in office. But it was passed as part of the budget in 2019, along with the bail reform bills and the like. And what it says, if anyone's going to drive into New York City south of 60th Street, they have to pay a fee for going into New York City into that area. Now, why 60th Street? Because if you're coming from Queens, Brooklyn, or Long Island, Nassau, Suffolk counties, into New York City, you're taking one of the bridges on the Midtown Tunnel, and the last bridge that you can go over is the 59th Street Bridge, so they made it 60. So anyone going into Manhattan from Nassau, Suffolk counties, Queens, or Brooklyn, unless you're taking the subway or the Long Island Railroad, you're going to be paying a fee for the privilege of being able to get into New York City. Now, they say it's to crack down on congestion. Let me let you in on a little secret. It's not such a little secret. They're budgeting over $1 billion, counting on the fact that people are going to continue to drive into New York City because they want the revenue. Because if they really wanted you to stop driving, us to stop driving, them just tell us to stop driving. They don't want us to stop driving. They're not looking to fight congestion. They're just looking for another $1 billion in revenue to go to the MTA. And that $1 billion in revenue, where's it going? It's not going to cut down on fares. Because at least if they were cutting down on the fares for the Long Island Railroad or the subway, at least it would be going towards subsidizing people taking mass transit, but they're not. And this is the kind of thing that happens every day with policies and all that. Have you heard about clean slate?
Yeah.
Clean slate. If you commit a crime, not only do you not get bail, not only do you get released on your own reconnaissance, you can do all kinds of things and not have to actually be accountable for it. And we've seen that time and again. But clean slate says if you were convicted, they'll just wipe it clean. You're not accountable for it. And there are exceptions. But what does that say about law and order? We've heard before about the need for us to support our men in blue. Support law enforcement. Support those who are out there on the front lines. And yet, criminals are back on the street before the paperwork's even completed. And when they do get arrested and convicted, they'll just pull out a bottle of whiteout as if it never happened. The thing is, we live and we've always lived, and certainly the communities I grew up with, the society I grew up with, there was accountability. There was a need for us to understand there was a consequence for breaking the law. You don't get to say which laws you decide to follow and which you don't. And so we fight. Whether it's in Albany, whether it's right here in City Council, or whether it's down in Washington, D.C., we continue to fight. Now, I happen to think that 2024 is going to be a great red year for our party. But it's not going to happen by itself. They have given us a laundry list of reasons why neither here in Albany, or Washington, D.C., or New York City, why none of these elected representatives should go back. Not one of them. Anyone who has voted for these things has abdicated their responsibility to their communities, and they should be held accountable. But we have to fight for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a friend of mine who's running for Congress. She's running in the 3rd Congressional District. You may have heard that there's a special election coming up on February 13th. The former congressman was expelled. Frankly, whether you agree with it or whether you don't agree with it, that's up to you. I'll be frank with you. I don't care. He's not there anymore. Our responsibility is to make sure that there is a Republican majority in the House of Representatives come February 13th. Our responsibility is to put our grievances aside and to make sure we get behind our candidate, because that candidate is going to ensure that there is a Republican majority in Washington, D.C. When we know the Senate is in Democrat hands and we know that the President is a Democrat, our responsibility between now and February 13th is to make sure that we do what we can to support our candidate. Period. I will be doing that. I will be doing my part. My entire Senate district is within the 3rd Congressional District. It is that important to me because I understand what's at stake. And if you're sitting in this room tonight, when you can be anywhere else out there, it's January 4th and you're here. I know it's important to you. We need to work every day between now and then to make sure that Mazi Pilip is congressional representative representing the 3rd Congressional District. Because it's not about Mazi Pilip. It's not. It's about us. It's about our families, and it's about what's important to us as we go forward. So do it for yourselves, because that's why I'm doing it. I happen to know her. She's a friend of mine. I respect her a great deal. I think she'll make a wonderful representative in the House of Representatives. And ladies and gentlemen, there are people in this room who would make a great representative in the House of Representatives. But they're not on the ballot. They're not. There are only two people on the ballot. One's a Republican, one's a Democrat. One's going to make Hakeem Jeffries the Speaker of the House. The other one is going to keep Speaker Johnson as the Speaker. Who are you going to support?
Done.
We all understand that as well. So, I thank you for the opportunity to be here. I want to congratulate Bill Orenstein, Joe Kincannon, and the entire board for taking on this responsibility for yet another year. I'm looking forward to coming back to the Lincoln dinner, the 149th, and hopefully the 150th next year. And I encourage everyone else to do the same thing. And I'm looking forward to coming with my friend Mazi, Congresswoman Mazi, as we come and celebrate with you for that 149th Lincoln dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. Thank you very much. Now, do we have time for a few questions? Because I saw a couple of hands in there, and I certainly don't want to leave anyone out. I'll answer everything I can. Yes.
A lot of us were previously Democrats, so I get that part, but this is her third election. What is it that's still making her align with the Democrat Party that she's registered Democrat still and hasn't made that?
You know, I think you'll see a change. I think there's a movement. I think it's not even a movement. It's a decision on her part to actually address that. But I will tell you that although she is elected as a Republican and has caucused with Republicans and has the same core values as Republicans, why she hasn't done it to this point?
3 elections, 3 cycles.
But let me be clear again, ladies and gentlemen. Valid point.
Yeah, does she not? Is there some point that she doesn't align with us?
No, I don't think so. I know that the other guy certainly doesn't align with us.
No, but people.
And so their choice is that we have a binary choice. It's A or B. Either you're voting for the person on the Republican line or the person on the Democrat line. I know who the person on the Democrat line is. I've known him for 20 plus years. We went to the same high school. We grew up in the same areas. You know, he's out there saying, I work with Republicans. I vote with Republicans. I'm a moderate. I will tell you without a hesitation and without equivocation, his vote will go to Hakeem Jeffries on day one.
Oh, yeah.
Period. Yes.
Oh, she.
No? Oh,
She
asked the
asked my
question?
question.
Okay.
You know, you're talking about, oh, we're gonna have a majority and everything in the House, but if she's registered a Democrat, you're playing little word games.
She's a politician.
You know, she's not really a Republican, she's registered Democrat. So I don't understand if she wins and she goes to Congress, we don't gain anything.
Well, you know what, I disagree. You go in with the party that you ran on, and then you caucus with the party that you do. And I can tell you that she has caucused with the Republicans, she has voted with the Republicans, she has in the county legislature. And so, you know, I get it. I think, I do understand that. And folks, newsflash, this isn't the first time I've heard this.
No.
I get it.
Of course not.
We're here. And so I do expect that she will be registered as a Republican between now and February 13th, formally. And I can't speak to where she is going backwards, but I'm not looking back. I'm looking at a choice between 2 candidates and 2 lines, and I can tell you that in Nassau County, caucused with Republicans, ran as a Republican, was on the line as a Republican, got elected as a Republican, voted as a Republican, and shares those values as well. And that's been clear from day one. And so it will be addressed. I expect it will be between now and the 13th, but I certainly expect when she takes office, she'll be doing it as a Republican. Yes, sir, in the back.
Is there any other male or female true Republican candidate besides this one amazing belief? Are there any other judges who made this decision to nominate her or bring her name into the election?
Since it's a special election to fill a vacancy, the decision is made by the party, not by a primary. It's made by the party. And there was a process. There were interviews. There are people from the party on the Queens and Nassau County parties who were part of that interview process. My understanding was there were probably a dozen or more people who came in and were interviewed, and the choice of the committee was to recommend that this person be advanced, and that's what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we can, and I don't want to oversimplify it, because, sir, you're absolutely right. There is a process in place. At some point, there'll be a choice to be made.
Then how come?
Wait a minute. One more question.
They were used to have multiple candidates from the same party. My twelfth person.
I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Okay, I also have a question, which you didn't even discuss, with what happened in 2019 when we lost all of the different senators. We gained the Reproductive Health Act, and now next year on 2024 in New York State, they're going to enshrine abortion to the 9th month as a resolution. Now she says she's pro-life, but will she vote to help get that off the ballot? Because in our state, it's going to happen what happened in Ohio. What is her stance on the pro-life issue? Because I am tired of supporting people that say they're pro-life but will not vote for the legislation to protect the unborn.
I thank you for that. Thank you for that question. I happened to be there for those votes. I happened to be there for the votes when they actually advanced late term and partial birth abortion. It is the consequence of not having a majority in the state Senate. I can tell you that in 2016, we were able to hold it in the health committee. I was there. And so, you know, the idea of the importance of having a majority in one of the branches of state government to prevent bad laws. And the problem is this, folks. Even if we were to regain the majority this year, in order to change things, you'd have to actually now get it repealed in the other houses. And the idea of doing all of that, Senate, Assembly, and Governor's Mansion, is extraordinary. It's the reality that we live in, and we fight. Now, the questions that were brought up today. She's a registered Democrat. Guys, choice is clear, at least for me. If not for everyone else in the room, choice is clear. I will support the person running on the Republican line. I will support that person because I understand what that means in Washington for purposes of a majority in the House of Representatives. Each one of you will make that decision for yourselves. I'll just tell you where I'm going. It's a sprint. We've got 4 weeks between now and the election, and between A and B, I think I've been clear on where I'm going to be. You have a choice. I urge you to get behind them. We're here at a Republican event. There are reasons that we support Republican candidates and that we try and promote that. And there are going to be Republicans that do not necessarily pass our litmus test, whatever that happens to be for each and every one of us. There are things that are very important to all of us. But we can all agree, supporting law enforcement, smaller government, holding people accountable, making sure that criminals go to jail and there is justice, because that is what justice is about
Does
for
she support
victims,
Trump? Does she support
and
Trump?
making sure that we don't continue to be the sanctuary city and state that we have been these past year, 2 years here in New York City.
But that's local.
So I do expect that you will be here at some point between now and February 13th. I do expect that you'll have the opportunity to ask these questions of her directly. I'm certainly not here to be her surrogate or to answer questions for her. That's not my role. My role is to remind you we have an election. It's an important election. The margins in the House are that close, and it's on us to go out there and get it done. So let's do it. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Jack Martins. Let's give him a big hand for coming down here, installing our board members and officers, and addressing our club, and answering some of our questions. And now we have another candidate, but first I want to take a moment to congratulate and welcome our new members to our club. Some of you we welcomed already. We welcome you all to America's oldest Republican club, the Queens Village Republican Club. We have Tom Zamich, and Karina. Where's Tom? Tom is running for Congress also. We'll get a few words from him if we have time later. We have John and Mary Robbins. John, come on up, come on up. John and Mary Robbins. Come on, Karina. Stephanie Liggio.
Over there.
We have Michelle Wagner.
Tell them, go by the stage.
We have Rob Speranza. Rob, here he is. We have Jeanette Quintero.
Come middle of the stage. Can you turn it when you go middle of the stage so I can get them? Everybody.
Jerome
Move over, make room for
Julian.
each other.
You know, a lot of these people were out there in the summer with us rallying to stop the tent city, the illegal migrant tent city. And now they're members of our club. We want to welcome them. Also, Kenneth Chu. Maple Flagg. Come on up, Maple. Maple presented a certificate to Curtis Sleva on behalf of her Asian organization at our Christmas party. Han Bao Ma. Han Bao Ma. I'm sorry for that name. And these are our new members who just joined our club. We also have Inderjeet Singh, who joined just a day ago. Indy, come on up. Indy. And whoever else, if I missed somebody. Tony and Yolanda. Come on up, Tony and Yolanda. They just joined recently, a day ago. Any other new members that I missed?
Stephanie, she left.
Frida Gavros. Welcome. Welcome to the Queens tonight. Did we miss anyone?
Stephanie, she left.
Stephanie left already. Okay, we called Stephanie. Lead us in a cheer for the new members. Here we go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alabio, alabao, alabio, wow. New members, new members. Rah, rah, rah.
Thank you, congratulations, and welcome to the Queens Village Republican Club. This is the year we make America great again in 2024. We're getting the year off on the right track with you guys, with all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
We are a family of patriots who love this country and want to save it from the radical left and the Democrats who want to destroy it from within.
Okay, folks. So we have one more candidate that we're going to hear from tonight. And where's my... Anyway, I remember this one. It's Josh Eisen. Come on up, Josh. Josh Eisen is a businessman from Westchester. He's running for U.S. Senate against Kirsten Gillibrand. Now, who is this person, Kirsten Gillibrand? Is she still around? No one's ever seen her. But you're going to see more of Josh Eisen. And I just want to say there's going to be a primary. We have some very good candidates running. There's going to be a Republican primary, and we like primaries because it gives us, we the people, a chance to choose. You know, not just, the party to choose, but the people have to make a choice. And that's why primaries are more important. We need more people, more great Republicans to run in primaries. We need more democracy, more Republican ideas out there in the public domain, and this is why we like primaries. And may I say, after the primary, Republicans have to be disciplined enough to get behind the winner and help that person go to the general election to victory. So now I give you Josh Eisen. Thank you very much. Let's give him a Queens Village Republican Club welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Full disclosure, I grew up actually in Fresh Meadows, right near St. John's, 173rd Street, so I'm quite familiar with this area. And I relate very much to the idea that they're taking our communities away, and who's really doing this? It's the radical left. It's the Democrats. These guys are out of control. I can't tell you how bad it is. I go around the state, I come around here, and I see working people in pain and in challenge all day. And then I watch television and I see Kirsten Gillibrand. For whom is she advocating? She's advocating for these entitled people who somehow borrowed $250,000 to party at Harvard and Yale. Their loans should be forgiven? Shame, shame, shame on Kirsten Gillibrand for even suggesting it. And yet hardworking people who borrowed money to run a farm, to borrow money in an SBA loan, they have to have first and second liens, and their lives are under extreme stress. First, second, third jobs just to make their interest payments, and she doesn't advocate for them to make the loan just a little bit easier. They're not looking for a handout. They're looking to work. They're looking to build their businesses. They're looking to build their careers just like you, just like all the people I grew up with in Queens, and they're taking that away from us. And who are they giving it to? Harvard? Yale? Shame on them. And if I'm senator, we're going to end all that stuff. There will be no more freebies for Harvard, Yale. All those elite schools will no longer have their tax exempt status. We're going to take that away. None of that. I give a poor person money in Penn Station. I give them $100 and I help them out. I get no deduction. I give $100 to Columbia. I get a complete deduction. The world is upside down. The world is completely upside down. I'm here, I'm running for U.S. Senate to advocate for you, for the hardworking people, for people who borrow money to pay for their mortgage, for people who borrow money to work, for people who borrow money to pay for things for their kids. That's who I'm advocating for. And she can advocate for entitled elite people who borrow money to party at Harvard and Yale. That's the kind of person that she is. You don't know what she looks like?
No, I mean, it's terrible.
Well, if she debates me, maybe you'll get to see what she looks like. I'll also add that I agree 100% with Chairman Orenstein that primaries are critical. In fact, I don't agree with the whole convention idea that the party bosses make a decision. I would love for it to just be a straight primary. You run, you go, you get the signatures, you run around the state, you meet all the people. I would love nothing more than that. For me, the idea of having to grovel before a chairman and all that is no fun, but that's part of the process. And let's see if there's a primary. Right now, I'm looking to hire people. I'm looking to build a team. I'm looking to beat Kirsten Gillibrand. The radical left has gone mad. You guys in Queens, we know what the truth is. We know what communities look like. God bless you guys for your communities, for your individuality, and for the freedoms that we have. God bless America, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm happy to answer any questions.
What town does the district come for that?
It's the whole state.
It's the whole state?
Yeah, unless Staten Island secedes, then we have it over there.
So it's what, her, Schumer, and Schumer's the whole state as well, right?
Well, yeah, Schumer's the whole state. He won 2 years ago, now it's the second senator. She's been a senator, now nobody knows what she does.
I mean, she should be advocating for the state. I think she only advocates for herself. But her boundaries end with her.
Well, let me tell you this. Creepy Kristen is an advocate of the devil, and that devil, his name is fucking Joe Biden.
I think that's a sandwich over there, the sloppy Joe Biden. But I won't eat it, it's old and stale.
It hasn't been decided yet.
Yeah, I will be in June at some point. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, again, there are all these rules in place, so there are ways not to have, there are ways for candidates to actually not need signatures and run a primary, but I think primaries are a good thing for the party. I think getting people battle tested is a good thing. It's my humble opinion. We're not going to war, nobody's going to die. I mean, you know, this is what democracy is about. I'm all for it.
What help do you need?
I need a lot of help. I mean, we're going to need hundreds of people to win a statewide race. So we're reaching out to Republicans all over the place. I have a lot of teen and young Republicans working on our staff. They have walking software. They're going around and they're collecting data, mainly because we got to match the Democrats at their game. They're doing a lot of this absentee ballot. We can moan and cry or we can get to work. I know, roll your eyes, but there's nothing we can do about it. But there's going to be donor matching this year, and you need 250 in-district donors, and they only need to give $10 in order to count. And again, every donor counts, every voter counts, and that's the help that we need to just do that outreach and deliver the message. But thank God, you know, the Democrats are doing a good job themselves, just destroying the state. So politically, it's a good message. For our lives, it's not so great. Any other questions?
You have a website? Donor match, right? Husband, wife, child count as separate donors?
I'm not a lawyer. You gotta.
I'm not a lawyer.
Where's the senator? He's a lawyer. He escaped. Oh, is he? So he might. I think it's anybody. It's anybody in the district.
18 or older.
Well, yeah, it's a voter in the district 18 or over.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, NewYorkForJosh.com. And we have a bunch of other sites that address issues. If you want to see our policies and the work we're doing now in terms of getting rid of NYCHA, eliminating NYCHA, saving the city $3 billion, you can go to getpaidtoown.com, and it's basically a solution to take NYCHA out of the equation and finally, as per the law, transfer ownership of those housing units to the tenants. As it was meant to be. We were never meant to have eternal poverty in the United States.
Exactly.
So that's another,
Say your website again, please.
NewYorkForJosh.com. NY for Josh, sorry. Yes?
Were you ever a Democrat?
Never. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? My father moved here in 1958. And he came here because he came in 57, he escaped the communists in Hungary, because he never joined the party. And before that, he survived Auschwitz, his father was killed in Auschwitz, and when he came here, he asked, who are the Democrats? And somebody said, it's Joe Kennedy, the anti-Semite. He was like, who else is in the Democratic Party? He said, George Wallace, the racist, and the Klan. And my dad then asked, well, who's in the Republican Party? They said, Dwight Eisenhower, the president, the guy who saved you from the Nazis and from Hungary. He goes, well, I'm going to be a Republican, and I inherited that legacy, and I'm a proud Republican. Any other questions? Okay, I'm happy to answer. I think this is it.
How are we going to ensure that no more elections are stolen? I believe that the midterm, party hots, everything that happened, I don't trust it. What can we do?
All we can do is
Because I'm
work.
willing to sleep in the.
We need poll watchers. In all those districts where we don't have enough Republicans from stronger districts should go out there and watch the polls. When the cat's away, the Democrats will play. So we got to be careful, guys. Last question.
Does the Republican Party have a mail-in campaign going?
I'm building that out myself. I actually helped a couple of city council and early before that assembly candidates testing and piloting specifically that kind of early voting and the absentee ballots. It's a real project. You really need software to manage it because you got to go twice. I'm not going to get into mechanics, but we're
Trump for president.
Of course. I mean, what else are we going to do? He's going to be on the top of the ticket. I'm a Republican. I support Republicans. Joe Biden has dementia, so I don't think there's much of an option.
Okay, folks,
God bless you guys.
like to thank Josh Eisen for coming here, and we'll be seeing more of him. We'll see you, Josh, at the Lincoln dinner. I'm sure we'll see you at the Lincoln dinner March 3rd. The place where we'll all be at Anthony's. And now we have a couple more minutes, so I'd like to call up our candidates in the room for a minute each. Come on up, Tom, Rob Speranza, running for Assembly. Kenneth Chu, running for State Assembly. Tom Zamich, running for Congress. Just 1 minute each. And, afterwards, you can help the candidate of your choice. That's why we're here. Let's get up, let's get out, let's knock on doors, let's make phone calls, let's get our Republicans elected. Who do we have that's collecting the names who want to help Mazzy? Someone collecting names? Okay, Rob, give your name to Rob Speranza if you want to help Mazzy Phillip. And 1 minute each. Let's hear from the candidates. We'll have you come back at a future date to hear more. But 1 minute each now. Introduce yourself. Say hello.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. I won't even need a minute. I really wasn't ready to speak tonight. But my name is Rob Speranza, and I'm running for State Assembly. I ran last year, and the reason why I ran is because New York had a state. I was here my whole life. I don't want to run. And because of this club and many clubs like it, including my own too as well, we're the messenger. People are getting the message. They want to change. We need to change. We can't live in it. And this club is by far one of the biggest messengers of that message. All of us together are gonna win. I'm just running, but we're gonna win together. And what we need to do is, I knocked on literally over 7,000 doors, flipping somewhere in the vicinity of 85% of the Democrats. Republicans go Republican. We just gotta get people out. That's all we are. We're the messengers. And I wanna thank you all for doing that. And I'm gonna pass the mic on. You'll hear more about what I wanna do, and I can go on forever about this, because I'm passionate about it. So I'm gonna pass the mic on now to everybody else. So thank you again, everybody. I'm running for District 26, which covers Bayside, Douglaston, Little Neck, up to here, right across the street, and all the way down to Creedmoor. So, down to Creedmoor. Assembly District 26, and I cover all the way down to Creedmoor, down by Creedmoor. Exactly. I lost by 1,100 people. That's how many? Over 100,000 voters in the district. We could do it this year. People are even more tired and more fed up. Oh, okay, then we're moving on. Guys, thank you. Rob Ford, the number 4ny.com. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Joe. My name is Kenneth Chu. Born and raised New Yorker. I got into politics by accident during the Superstorm Sandy when I was helping organize in Brooklyn. And the next thing I know, it's been 12 years. I'm running in Assembly District 25. It covers right south of him, Fresh Meadow, South Flushing, and I can tell you that Asians and my neighbors are really fed up with the Democratic Party. And we need to stop. Well, how many assembly members we need to win to stop the majority? Super majority. Three. We need 3 more assembly members to turn red in order to end the supermajority in the assembly. And I need all of you, we need all of you to come together, united, and to beat back Democrats in Albany. Thank you. Thank you. I also ran against Ron Kim last year in downtown Flushing, losing by 62 votes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Hi everyone, Tom Zinich, and as you just heard,
It only takes 62 votes, like Tom Sullivan, there's 15 votes. Get out, everybody has to vote, and help with the rolls, getting out there, getting the message out, knocking on doors, helping the candidates. 15 votes, 60 votes, 100 votes. That's all it takes, and if we lose everything. Okay, so my name is Thomas Mitch, and I ran for the Congress, District 6, the last 2020 and 22, and this year, 24, third time. Good luck, okay? And get everybody out there, and help all the candidates, help everybody out, get involved, get your friends, your family, your neighbors involved, because everybody is fed up. No more taxes, the illegal situation, the education situation. There's numerous. It's a 1,000-ring circus with Chuck Schumer, okay? And Gillibrand and all of them running the state, and Holtzman running Buckshot. We got to get out there. We got to take back everything. Otherwise, there's no other place to go, like Ronald Reagan said. What are we going to do? You're going to lose everything you invested your lives in your houses, your jobs, everything, your children, your grandchildren. We need to stand and fight back and take back America. TomMitch.com.
We're going to have the raffle drawing in a minute, so last call for raffle tickets. Kathy is collecting. Who else is collecting raffle tickets? And Jim, but we have one more candidate. I want to hear from Jude Ellie running for president of Haiti.
Yay!
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year!
That's called we call warriors. We are warriors. I'm good. My name is Jude Ellie. I'm from Haiti. It's an honor for me each time I come to New York to come visit this club. Again, as we all know, Haiti is facing very bad situation now. And I strongly believe with the support of all of you tonight, we will be able to make Haiti strong, to make Haiti safe with the support of all of you. We cannot do it by ourselves. We need all good friends of Haiti to rebuild this nation. We want to weaken our pride, weaken our dignity, and make Haiti strong. Once again, thank you for giving me the opportunity. See you in March, and have a wonderful year, and we know what's going to happen in November, right?
Yes! Yes!
Thank you so much.
Trump 24!
Thank you very much. Jude Ellie, the battle Trump of Haiti.
Let's choose for Haiti! Alabio! Alabao! Alabimbo! Bow! Haiti! Haiti! La la la!
Okay, now we're going to have our raffle drawing. This is the last call to get your raffle tickets. And we're going to have the drawing for our raffle basket right over here. In the meantime, are there any other announcements?
Oh, I can have a save the date.
A save the date announcement.
We have, I'm president of the board of the Bridge to Life, which is our local pregnancy center. Our gala is April 21st. It's away from the Lincoln Dinner, and I'm on both committees, so April 21st at Leonard's, okay? Put that down in your books.
Okay, any other announcements? You can see the announcements of important events and activities on our website, qbgop.org. And
One of our candidates?
yes, let our candidate, Tom Mitch, the winning ticket here. All right, Tom.
Aura, come here, hold the camera. Just hold it.
219.
It's live.
Okay.
75 8 9.
I want your contact card.
Oh, you're off by one. All right, 219-758-9.
7589.
There you go. Oh, you got $10 worth. I can remember. I saw it. Wait, she's having a little trouble reading the ticket. That's what we got for.
Who got it?
8-9. Does he have a ticket? No, okay. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. guys one more time, and then I'm redrawing the tickets. 219-7589.
Probably someone who left. Probably someone who
All right,
left.
guys, someone has a ticket. It's not you, right? All right, here we go. Shake it up there.
Hi, Selena.
Now we got a winner. Here it is.
219-7550.
7550.
Hey, we got a winner!
He very graciously came up with money.
Congratulations. Okay, now we're going to close the meeting with a closing prayer by Kathy Donahoe. And thank you all again for being here at this Happy New Year kickoff meeting. And please stand for the closing prayer.
All right, everyone, just be quiet for a minute, please. Remember, God is in our presence. Thank you, Lord, for bringing us together. Thank you for all these wonderful candidates that put themselves out there for our liberties and for everything that we take for granted in this country. Please, Lord, I neglected to say at the beginning, to look over the Middle East. We want peace. We just celebrated our Prince of Peace at Christmas and Hanukkah, the special holiday of lights. Bring peace to our world. Bring peace to these people in the United States. That there's so much hatred. Bring your peace. Thank you for everyone for coming, and please get home safely. God bless.
Thank you very much. Please don't leave without supporting one of the candidates here. And please take a bundle of newspapers home. Do not leave this meeting without your bundle of Queens County Beacon newspapers to distribute in your neighborhood. Okay, now we're going to have a flag salute. Thank you very much, and the meeting is officially closed. Everybody, please get home safely, and Happy New Year once again. And this is the year we're going to make America great again in 2024.